So good morning, everyone. We're right on time, kind of, but we're here again with our weekly usual live. I have here, as usual, myself. My name is Shima, and I work with the investing in cross borders in the client side. We have here Miri Lenoff, as usual, as well, who is more in charge of the operations and marketing. And today we have our very first ever guest in these lives, which is Naomi. And today we're going to be talking about Clear Currency, our trusted currency exchange partner. And Naomi is here to talk to us about it and walk us through the specifics. Well, not all the specifics, but just the process and how it works. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to stay here today for a very long time. So I'm just here to open the live, and then I will leave you guys with my trusted Miri and Naomi.
Awesome. Thank you, Shema. Thank you for being here. Naomi, welcome. So glad it's not just us this time around.
Hi. Yeah, thank you. It's great to be here.
Yeah. So Naomi, you represent Clear Currency, and it's something that I think a lot of our clients are interested in learning. So thank you so much for joining us. Shema, thank you for opening up.
Thank you. Enjoy, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
So why don't we get started first with who you are, Naomi? Tell us a little bit about yourself and Clear Currency, and we'll take it from there.
Sure. Yeah, thank you. So my name is Naomi Feltham. As you can tell by the accent, I'm based in London in the UK. And yeah, I've been working now for Clear Currency for 18 months and have been in the foreign exchange industry for almost 7 years. So Clear Currency are an international payments provider. So all we do is help businesses and individual clients with their international money transfers. So whether you've got money in the US, Canada, the UK, or throughout Europe, you are obviously exposed to some kind of currency exchange, and a broker like us can help you with that process and make it really easy and safe. We're fully regulated by the FCA, and we have multiple offices, including Dublin and in the UK. Plus, we've got over 40 staff. So, you know, we're very experienced in what we do, and we've got, you know, a great setup here, and are able to help clients of all needs, you know, anything ranging from 500 Canadian dollars up to, you know, the millions if needed. So our process is very slick and really safe. And yeah, I'm really excited to be here and talk about how we can help some of your clients.
That's awesome. So for people who don't know, why do you exist? How is this different than from going to a bank and just exchanging currency? I think
exactly. Yeah, it's a really important question, actually. And I think we probably wouldn't have existed if the banks weren't so bad at helping clients move money overseas. Naturally, their kind of USPs are mortgages, loans, current accounts. And so when it comes to foreign exchange, they tend to charge slightly more for this process. That's basically the crux of it. You know, when you move money overseas, they tend to just send the funds from your, for example, Canadian dollar account to the bank in the UK, and then the bank then charges you, you know, 3.5% sometimes on the actual transfer. Plus, you can get sending and receiving charges of maybe $20 each end. So overall, it becomes really expensive. So with a provider like us, as we're fully regulated, we have local banking partners globally. So when you send us your funds, you send your Canadian dollars to our Canadian dollar account. So it's same currency. And we then send you, you know, US dollar from our US dollar account directly to you. So it's CAD, dollar. So it means that you're not exposed to any kind of exchange or actual currency need. It's just from one account to another. So basically, we save you on all those fees and charges that you would normally get from your bank. Obviously, we have to make money somehow, and we make our money on the very small margin that's included in the rate. But other than that, you don't get charged. So it's normally around 0.4 to 0.5% off the live interbank rate. But obviously, it can vary. But normally, that's what you would get. So, you know, you would get your own account manager, and you get someone to talk to, a physical person 24/7. So you feel at ease when you're moving money, and you know, you've got somewhere safe and secure to send it.
Okay, so you mentioned safety. Tell us a little bit about, because I know people are a little bit worried, you know, how safe is this?
Yeah, 100%. And that's always a question that I get. You know, people have obviously used their banks for their lifetime and they feel comfortable, but we are fully regulated, which means that we're regulated by the same bodies as the banks. So we're audited and we're, you know, checked by all the same regulators, and all of our client accounts are fully segregated from our business accounts. So when you're sending Canadian dollars to us in Canadian dollar, it's separate from business accounts. It's in the client trusted account. You will be able to see the money in the account, on your kind of online account with us. And then when we release and send the dollars, you will then be able to see that showing up in your own bank account in the US or wherever you're sending the money to. So you can feel fully at ease that the money is safe. And as we're regulated, you know, if anything were to happen, which is near impossible, but if it was, all funds would be released back to the clients in full. So you're not at any risk.
Okay, and you mentioned that it's from like a Canadian account to a Canadian account, and then from a US account to a US account. How long does this whole thing take? Can you tell us a little bit about that process?
Yeah, so it normally takes 2 working days. It depends on when you send the funds. So normally a typical trade on a Monday morning, you would have the funds by Wednesday. Obviously, as you get later on in the week and the Friday and weekends hit, then there can be a lag, but normally it's 2 working days. If you send the money before 12 o'clock Eastern time, we normally receive the money same day, and we will then send out the purchased currency to you immediately. Obviously, if there's with the time difference, if there's a lag, then it can be not received till the next day. But normally we receive the money same day. So what happens is you would book the deal in verbally over the phone with your account manager. We would agree the rate with you, agree the amount that you're receiving and sending. And then you would then send us funds across over. As soon as the funds arrive, we inform you we've got the money, and we then send it on to its destination. And that could either be your own bank account in America or in the UK. It could be a lawyer's trust account or the seller. So it depends on where you need the money to go to, but we work with you on that process.
So you mentioned a little bit of the process, but I think it would help if we kind of understand, how does this whole process start? If you can kind of take us through that timeline. You know, you start to talk to the client, what their needs are, and then like what happens? What does the process kind of like look like?
Exactly. Yeah. So normally, say you made an inquiry with us online, you would fill out your basic details, and then you would receive a call from your account manager, and that person would then walk you through the process. So we would verify you as a person. So we would verify your name, where you're currently living. We would ask for a proof of identity, so a picture of passport and a proof of address. Once we've got this on file and we verify you, you then have an account with us. So this isn't opening a bank account, it's just becoming a client of our services. And we would then go through the process of booking in the transfer for you. So if, for example, you needed to send 50,000 Canadian dollars, we would speak to you over the phone verbally. We would book in the rate for you over the phone, agree the deal. You would then send the funds across to us. We would inform you we have the funds, and we would then send it on to your account in America or the UK. In terms of documentation, we do everything in-house. So we're fully regulated. So the documents are all processed through us. So we verify the source of funds, so how you got your money, where the funds are going to, and why you're sending them. So you won't get asked anything else further by your bank once you use us. It's all completed. And as we're fully regulated, we do the same checks as the bank. So you're not going to be doing everything twice over. It's just done once through our systems. And then when the money arrives in its destination, you're then free to use it as you need to.
Okay, that's awesome. And I think we have some people on our team that are gonna put the link in case they wanna start the process, or they want to
100%.
So if somebody's looking to say make a transfer next week, how soon should you start talking to Clear Currency, you know, in order to make it happen? Say I need until, you know, let's just say September 20th, or I haven't even looked at a calendar, but kind of like take us through how, as a client, can I prepare myself so that whenever I need the money to get to wherever it needs to get, how long would that take to verify everything that you need to verify, to do everything? I'm guessing it's online. You need just online banking, or if you have to go to the bank. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I'll start with the registration process. So that part is done online by yourself, and normally that's done within half an hour. It's very, very quick. We verify you as an individual through our compliance systems. Once you've then sent your passport and address, obviously everything's in English, so it will be verified immediately, and then you will be activated as a client. So that side of it is very, very quick. in terms of actually booking the deal, we always recommend that you register as soon as you can, just to get that access to your account manager. You can then discuss the rates and some of the market movements, because obviously if you're waiting a week, but you've got a large sum of money that you need to send, then it's ideal to talk to someone and understand some of the rates that you're getting. So, you know, if you registered today and you weren't moving the money until the end of next week, we could then talk to you about some of the rates. If you said, I need to be informed when the rate hits a certain amount, or, you know, can you just keep me in the loop if it starts dropping? We can also do that. So we can set up rate alerts by email, or we can get someone to give you a call and just say, look, the rate is starting to decline. We do recommend that you maybe book some of the money in. And you can talk to that account manager 100 times before you even book a deal. So it's entirely, you know, there's no extra cost for this. It's just the fact that we're giving you additional services and you know, great rates. So yeah, the registration is same day. And then in terms of booking, we always recommend to booking it as, you know, as soon as you can. But it, you know, as I said, it takes 2 working days for the money to arrive. So if you know that you've got a deadline on maybe purchasing a property or completing a deal, then we would always say give yourself at least 2 to 3 working days for the money to arrive in its destination.
Great. Okay, that makes sense. And you mentioned Canada and the US, since most of our clients are Canadian, but we do have other clients from other countries. Do you want to just like explain a little bit of what countries in currencies you work with?
Yeah, so we work with 36 different currencies, so we're very flexible. So we work all throughout the Eurozone, the UK, we work in Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, Singapore, most of Asia, and then obviously the Americas. So South America tends to be slightly more higher risk, so we have to do a bit more due diligence as natural. But Canadian dollar, Mexican peso, US dollar, we work with all the currencies. So, you know, you basically, what happens is when you register as a client, you will be given a currency wallet in your system, so you can have multiple currencies held. So for example, if you've got assets in the Canada and in the US and in the UK, you can have multiple currencies with multiple funds sitting in, and then when you're ready, you can then move money around as needed. So you'll be getting great rates and multiple currency wallets, which is really helpful for clients that are maybe receiving payments from rental agreements and things like that, or getting salaries from overseas. So yeah, we're very, very flexible and offer multiple currencies.
That's awesome. And what kind of people usually come to you?
So in terms of the individual side, it's predominantly people that are either buying a property overseas as either a second home, or they're emigrating. They either have salaries coming in, so they've maybe decided to move to the US but still work remotely from Canada, and they're getting a salary. And then on the business side, it can be absolutely anything. You can be paying employees, you can be receiving funds in from invoices, you could be you know, repatriating funds through M&A or investment and things like that. So we're very, very flexible in what we offer. On the individual side, we've helped a lot of clients throughout this market, predominantly Canadians who are purchasing property in south of the border in Florida area. It's very common. And obviously the rates are very volatile at the moment with everything going on in the world. And so we've given them a lot of insight into when is best to book the funds. You know, if you've got a certain time frame and you're maybe sending money in 3 lumps, we can give you advice on that. So yeah, we can pretty much help anybody. As I said, we range anything from $500 and up. So it's very flexible.
That's great. And you mentioned $500 and up. So even if it's only $500, you can still get a great rate.
Yeah, you can do that. Exactly. You get a great rate. So if you need to just top up living funds, or if you've got, you know, you need to send funds to children for living in college, we can help with that too. So we're very flexible.
That's awesome. I love that you offer great rates and you offer more than what a bank would give you, because it's that personalized service, I think. And for our clients, you know, when you're investing in the US, it's something that a service that you need, because you need to have that, you know, you're safe, you know what you're doing. And it definitely gives you a sense of that the funds are going to get there in 2 days, which is the most important, right? So.
Exactly. And you'll always talk to a physical person. You'll never be sent to by a robot or, you know, any kind of virtual assistant. It will always be someone on the phone physically there, giving you advice. So you'll always feel at ease, and you'll be able to get hold of us via phone, email. You know, we're always available online, and that they can set up different alerts for you, so that if you're, for example, if you know you're not moving for a year, but you're just getting a bit of information, We can keep checking in with you once every 6 months, once every 3 months, just to keep you in the loop about the rates, what's going on. Because if there's a major drop, you can end up losing potentially thousands on the transfer. So it's always advisable to just register. It's completely free, and there's no obligation to use us as a client, but it just gives you some insight into the market and what's going on. And always compare. You know, if you think that you are potentially getting great rates from your bank and they've given you that advice, that's great. But just compare. You know, always get a second opinion, get a second quote, and just see what we can offer, because we will always match what you're currently getting.
Oh, that's even more amazing, because if you can match that rate, that would be great to use you guys. So Naomi, this has been for somebody who works with Lauren and knows about investing cross borders and works with clients. A lot of times we don't know the intricacies of what goes on when you're talking about exchanging currencies. So this has been amazing. Is there anything that I should have asked you that I didn't ask you that you would like to share?
I mean, there's other options in actually transferring the funds. So, you know, I mentioned slightly rate alerts, but we do offer other types of transfers. So we have something called a spot transfer. So that's something where it's basically booking the deal on the spot at the current rate. But there's also something we do called a forward contract. And this could be beneficial for clients who have a longer time frame on moving money, but it can be slightly higher sums. So for example, if the rate were to shoot up quite drastically in 3 months' time, but you weren't buying a property for another year, and you loved the look of the rate, but you didn't have all of your money just yet, what we could do for you is book in that rate at the highest amount for a 10% deposit, and we would hold the rate for you for an entire year. Now, that's something that your bank would never offer. And basically what we do is we buy the currency for you on the spot. Obviously, with the 10% deposit, we use that as kind of guarantee. And then when you've got the remaining funds, you then send that over to us and we send the funds on to its destination. There's no extra charge for this. It's obviously, we just ask for the funds to be held as a 10% deposit, just so we know that you're definitely going to send the rest of the money. But yeah, we don't charge anything extra for this, but it just gives you peace of mind that you know then that whatever happens to the rate over that period of time, that you will get the guarantee of the forward, which is obviously great. And then we can also do it the other way around, so which is called a limit order. So if you know that the rate's dropping slightly and you know that if it drops below a certain value, you won't be able to afford your property anymore, we can set a limit order in. So we can immediately inform you that the rate is starting to decline and that you should consider booking in some of your money, because you know, as of the rate today, you can't afford your property any longer. So that's something we do as well. So you can set that up over the phone with your account manager. That's obviously a more detailed side of trading, but it's something that we offer all of our clients regardless of their value sizes. And it's definitely something to consider, because your bank would never be able to offer you something like that. And you'd never get a physical person to discuss that with either.
Of course. I love that. You know, as somebody who, you know, I always look at the exchange rates, not just obviously Canada, but I'm Mexican.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something that, you know, me and my family are always looking at even when you're traveling and when you're, it's not just buying properties. I mean, obviously a lot of our clients invest in a business and there's things that go into that, but even for traveling purposes or things like that, it's so valuable what you're offering, especially if you know that you're going to make the move, especially if you're planning to invest and buy the property. So that is amazing. So we loved you even before the live, but now I even love you more personally.
Thank you.
Because I think this is such an amazing service. And again, CJ or Guna or Shma or one of our team members is going to put the link under the video so that people can watch this, understand what you guys do, and be, you know, confident that, you know, this is definitely the best way to change your money pretty much. So
Definitely. And if anyone ever has any questions, you know, we're available, or I'm available on WhatsApp or email or just a phone call. You know, you don't ever have to register or feel obliged. Just give us a call and have a conversation and just see what we can do to help you. Amazing.
Thank you so much, Naomi, for taking the time to talk to us. We really appreciate this. And again, this is another one of those videos where we like to inform people here in the group, in all of our pages and social media, about what could be the potential for you. We can help you find partners like Naomi and Clear Currency. And we'll see you next time, next week on Thursday. Shma will be back with me. And thank you, CJ, for posting the link so that people can take advantage of this. She just posted it in the group. So thank you for that. Brilliant. And we'll see you another time, Naomi, I'm sure.
Yeah, 100%. We'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.